We at it again. We are at it again. Just when they thought it was over. Just when they thought it was safe to come outside, I said, no, no, no. No, no, no. I am the captain now. My way or the highway. Shalom, shalom. Peace and prosperity unto you and your household. Ashe, and all beautiful greetings I send your way. Shalom. I hope everybody had a productive, progressive, easygoing, smooth Sabbath. Hope you had a great Saturday. I really wish that. You know what I'm saying? Everybody deserves some peace. If you're not, excluding those who like to make others' lives live in hell, so to speak. You know, it's operating peace and harmony. Wanted to come to y'all today. The title I got is As Mysteries Unfold. As Mysteries Unfold. That's the title. And it's always the Regenesis program. The Regenesis program. The True Christ continuation. But this one is As Mysteries Unfold. And I want to bring to the people's attention the stranger or the Levite that is within your gates. There's a huge misunderstanding with this right here. Okay. I got people coming at me today laughing, saying, calling me a false prophet because I'm using AI. I'm a false prophet because I use AI, being called such things. Mind you, is by individuals that do not even try to align themselves with the Most High God. They don't even attempt to. So I made a video earlier talking about just watch, be careful out here. If you on your mission, you on your square, you on your 10, right? On them 10 commandments. Being on your 10, watch for demons judging you. Because demons know, right? Demons know that you are here for a purpose. You are here to be a disruptor in their system. Okay, you're a glitch. You're the glitch in their system. Okay, if you hear on a meaning, if you have a calling to your name, all right? I wanted to bring to the people's attention the Levite that is within your gates. Okay. And first, where I got to start with this passage is in the Legend of the Jews. Okay. Is in your Legend of the Jews from Joshua. Tripping. Is in your Legend of the Jews the keys. Oh my goodness. I'm already jumping the gun. Yeah. My mind's so far ahead. I'm saying Legend of the Jews, right? This how bad I'm tripping. And it's not in your Legend of the Jews. It's in your Keys of Enoch, the Book of Knowledge. I'm tripping. This is where I got to start first. See, I'm jumping to the Legend of the Jews so quick because to those that, is doing the name calling and stuff like that, that's the bust you in your mouth real quick. Sit down and take notes. That's what's in the Legend of the Jews. But this is as well. If you got this right here, if you know about this book right here, okay, it just makes the Bible that much more easier to understand. Okay, secret teachings, the codings, and all of that good stuff. So, again, put it up. We're just talking about the Levite that is within your gates. And so, speaking of this, you go to code 115. Those that know who've been rocking with me, they already know what this is about. You go to code 115. And you go to verse 23. And verse 23 in the Keys of Enoch, code 115, tells you, and the children as part of the inner priesthood of light. The inner priesthood. Now, we all know that the Levites, I can tell you, it's a priesthood, priestly class, right? Says, refers to the Levites who were a priestly class in ancient Israel, right? And the children as part of the inner priesthood of light. The family of Joseph. Okay. You're gonna see how all this correlates. The family of Joseph will prepare the faithful to become an organic unity of light. And this, the child, is a basic function of all physical intelligence entering the covenant of light. Okay, so we got that down, right? What you talking about the Levite that is within your gates. I see my brother Ryan came up in this joint. What's up with it, family? What's up with it, family? You know? Remind me. Let me get some people up in here real quick. Oh yeah, this brother. Yeah. The brother that was question. I see he's on live. Oh, come on up in here, brother. Come on up in here, brother. He had a lot to say. Okay. So, inner priesthood. inner priesthood. That's the stranger within your gates. When the Most High is talking within your Bible, what religion and man has done, they made it everything outside of you, outside of the temple. The Most High is always talking about the temple, meaning his creation that he made with his own bare hands. Okay? He's not talking about something that's extensive. Okay? That man has made, duplicated. Okay? That's not what he's talking about. So I'm going to give you this in Hebrews, tripping. Exodus 21. Okay? Exodus 21. And we're going to start at verse 1. Now these are the judgments which thou shalt set before them. If thou buy an Hebrew servant, and you just stay with me, gonna see how all this correlates. If thou buy a Hebrew servant 6 years, he shall serve, and in the 7th he shall go out for nothing. He should go out free for nothing. If he came in by himself, he shall go out by himself. If he were married, then his wife shall go out with him. If he were married, okay, that's very critical, very crucial. She'll go out with him. If his master have given him a wife, and she have borne him sons or daughters, the wife and her children shall be her. The wife and her children shall be her masters, and he shall go out by himself. Okay, this is important. Get that again, because I kind of messed, If his master have given him a wife, and she have borne him sons or daughters, the wife and her children shall be her masters, and he shall go out by himself. And if the servant shall plainly say, I love my master, my wife, and my children, I will not go out free, then his master shall bring him unto the judges. He shall also bring him to the door, or unto the doorpost, and his master shall bore his ear through with an annual, right? And he shall serve him forever. Now, most read this and, take this as oh man, this is terrible. This is slavery, right? Because remember, in slavery days, whatever, they say that's why they call it, this is the slave Bible, right? That it's the slave Bible. Stay with me. Stay with me. Okay. I will not disappoint. Now you go to the Legend of the Jews. Okay. You go to the Legend of the Jews. And you go to Joseph from Joseph to the Exodus. Okay, from Joseph to the Exodus. And thus it reads. Where should I start? Let's go here. It says, since the covenant of the pieces of the Most High had resolved on the account of Abraham's doubting question that Jacob and his family should go down into Egypt to dwell there, the preference shown to Joseph by his father and the envy it aroused, leading finally to the sale of Joseph and his establishment in Egypt, were but disguised means created by the Most High. Instead of executing his counsel directly by carrying Jacob down into Egypt as a captive, Joseph reached Shechem. If you caught that, let me know. See that now every time, see, this is how I know, hey. Oh, yo, every time I start talking from the Bible, boy, it dropped down so quick. Man, bro, I see it drop. I seen like 15, 16 up in here. The joint dropped down to what? Now I was at 5. I was at 3. Man, I'm gonna read it again, right? And I hope y'all catch it. It says, since the covenant of the pieces the Most High had resolved on the account of Abraham's doubting question that Jacob and his family should go down into Egypt to dwell there, the preference shown to Joseph by his father and the envy it aroused, leading finally to the sale of Joseph and his establishment in Egypt, were but disguised means created by the Most High. Instead of executing his counsel directly by carrying Jacob down into Egypt as a captive, Joseph reached Shechem, where he executed or expected to find his brethren. Shechem was always a place of ill omen for Jacob and his seed. There, Dinah was dishonored. There, the 10 tribes of Israel rebelled against the house of David, while Rehoboam ruled in Jerusalem, and there Jeroboam was installed as king. Not finding his brethren in the herd in Shechem, Joseph continued his journey in direction of the next pasturing place, not far from Shechem, but he lost his way in the wilderness. Gabriel in human shape appeared before him. And asked him, saying, what seekest thou? And he answered, I seek my brethren. Whereto the angel replied, your brethren have given up the divine qualities of love and mercy. Through a prophetic revelation, they learned that the Hivites were preparing to make war upon them, and therefore they departed hence to go to Dothan. And they had to leave this place for other reasons too. I heard while I was still standing behind the curtain that veils the divine throne, that this day, okay, here it is, guys, that this day the Egyptian bondage would begin, and thou wouldest be the first to be subjected to it. Then Gabriel led Joseph to Dothan. This, again, is what you're not going to find in your Bible. So please, I ask politely, for the ones that want to debate me on what I'm bringing out, don't waste your time. For the ones that only subscribe to the Bible and think that they know the Bible, don't waste your time. Because it's things that you do not know. And so, what I just read, this is why I started it with Exodus chapter 21. Because guess who that command, that judgment is based off of? Guess who? Guess who's the first? So when you read in Revelations, because true Israel know that this is the last Exodus. That's the time that we are in right now. This is the last Exodus. So if you know that this is the last Exodus, you shall also know who's speaking when he says, I am the first and the last, the beginning and the end. You understand? Let's go even further, right? Okay, let's get to it. And we're going to read this whole thing down. Whole thing down, right? Moses now took Joseph's cup, and he cut 4 flat pieces from it, and engraved a lion on one of them, and an eagle on the second, a bull on the third, and a human figure on the fourth. He threw the first with the lion into the river, saying at the same time, Joseph, Joseph, the hour for the redemption of Israel hath arrived. The Shekinah lingers here only for your sake. The clouds of glory await your coming. If thou wilt show yourself, well and good. If not, then we are clear from our oath. But the coffin did not appear. Then Moshe threw the second plate into the water, that with the figure of an eagle repeating the same words. But again, the coffin did not rise from the bed of the Nile, and there it remained. When he threw in the third plate, bearing the figure of the bull, okay, bearing the figure of the bull, and called upon Joseph a third. Yeah, called on Joseph upon a third time to come forth, but the fourth plate with the human figure in the fourth invocation to Joseph brought the coffin to the surface of the water. Moshe seized it, and in joy he bore it off. While Israel had been busy gathering gold and silver from the Egyptians, Moshe had been thinking of nothing but Joseph's coffin, and his happiness was great that he had been permitted to fulfill the wish of Joseph. During the 40 years of wandering through the desert, the coffin was in the midst of Israel as a reward for Joseph's promise to his brethren. I will nourish you and take care of you. The Most High has said, as thou livest for 40 years, they will take care of your bones. Y'all see what's going on here? The stranger within. Okay, let's go. All this time in the desert, Israel carried 2 shrines with them. The one, the coffin containing the bones of the dead man Joseph. The other, the ark containing the covenant of the living God. The wayfarers who saw the two receptacles wondered, and they would ask, how doeth the ark of the dead come next to the ark of the ever living? The answer was, the dead man enshrined in the one fulfilled the commandments enshrined in the other. In the latter, it is written, I am the Most High your power. And he said, am I in the place of the Almighty? Here it is written, thou shalt have no other gods before my face. And he said, I fear the Almighty. Here it is written, thou shalt not take the name of the Lord your God in vain. And therefore he did not swear by the Most High, but said by the life of Pharaoh. Here it is written, remember the Sabbath day. And he said to the overseer of his palace, on Friday, slay and make ready, meaning for the Sabbath. Now, let me stop right there since we're on the Sabbath, right? It's 11 o'clock my time, so I'm still on the Sabbath. It's still 11 something, I believe. Yeah, 11:33. Ooh, what a number. Now, you want to know where they took this out of your Bible? So where does it say that? That's not in the Bible. That can't be in the Bible. All right. If you go to Genesis 43, okay, remember what I just read in your Legend of the Jews from Joseph to the Exodus. All right. He said, here it is written, talking about how he embodied the commandments. Here it is written, remember the Sabbath day. And he said to the overseer of his palace, on Friday, slay and make ready, meaning for the Sabbath. Okay, let's go. Right here in Genesis 43. Start at verse 15. And the man took that present, and they took double money in their hand, and Benjamin and rose up and went down to Egypt and stood before Joseph. And when Joseph saw Benjamin with them, he said to the ruler of his house, the overseer of his palace, the ruler of his house, bring these men home and slay and make ready, for these men shall dine with me at noon. This is how you take away. You see the exposure? This right here is your Last Supper. Here it is written, remember the Sabbath day. And he said to the overseer of his palace, on Friday, slay and make ready, meaning for the Sabbath. Here it is written, honor your father and your mother. And he said, when his father desired to send him to his brethren, here am I. Although he knew it was perilous for him to go. Okay. Here it is written, thou shalt not kill. And he refrained from murdering Potiphar when Potiphar's wife urged him to do so. Here it is written, thou shalt not commit adultery. And he scorned the adulterous proposal of Potiphar's wife. Here it is written, thou shalt not steal. And he stole nothing from Pharaoh, but gathered all the money and brought it unto Pharaoh's house. Here it is written, thou shalt not bear false witness against your neighbor. And he told his father nothing of what his brethren had done to him, though what he might have told was the truth. Here it is written, thou shalt not covet. And he did not covet Potiphar's wife. So you see where it began, where it started, where it generated from. So now we know. And who had the wife? Who was given? Once again, he said the whole thing was a disguise. Okay? The whole thing was a disguise. Let's get it again. The whole thing was a disguise. Okay? And I gotta really drive this home so you can see. So you guys can see. Since the covenant of the pieces of the Most High had resolved on the account of Abraham's doubting question that Jacob and his family should go down into Egypt to dwell there, the preference shown to Joseph by his father and the envy it aroused, leading finally to the sale of Joseph and his establishment in Egypt, were but disguised means created by the Most High. Okay? So let's jump right back into your Bible to precept this. Genesis 45. What did Joseph say to his brethren? And Joseph said unto his brethren, I am Joseph. Do it my father yet live? And his brethren could not answer him, for they were troubled at his presence. And Joseph said unto his brethren, come near to me, I pray you. And they came near. And he said, I am Joseph, your brother, whom ye have sold into Egypt. Now, therefore, be not grieved nor angry with yourselves that ye sold me here. For the Almighty did send me before you to preserve life. That sounds like a disguise, don't it? If anybody can hear in the chat, put 11s and bowls, man, if you understand what's going on here. His whole life, this is the example of the daily sacrifice. His whole life embodied the daily sacrifice. I just read that to you with the commandments that he embodied. So when I read Exodus 21, right? And remember, I started off with the keys of Enoch, the book of knowledge. Okay? I started off with verse 23 in code 115. And the children, as part of the inner priesthood of light, the family of Joseph will prepare the faithful to become an organic unity of light. In this, the child is a basic function of all physical intelligence entering the covenant of light. Okay? Let's get another. Let's get another in your keys of Enoch. Okay. This is code 210. And this one right here reads verse 40. Code 210 in verse 40. The sons of Jacob and the sons of Joseph exist on all planes of consciousness to show the people of the world how Joseph, as the inner wheel of consciousness light, purified those who are called into the outer wheel of evolutionary worlds as the sons of Jacob. This wheel within the wheel creates within its new light spiral a new DNA, RNA, plasma of human creation, which enables the people of light to move into the next electromagnetic ordering of the life code. Y'all see this? Okay. So we know what's going on. Hold on. I got some yelling, screaming cats right now. So again, hold on. Exodus 21. Okay, Exodus 21 says, now these are the judgments. These are the judgments which thou shalt set before them. Mama, cat. Yeah, the cats, I know. Hold on. If thou buy a Hebrew servant 6 years, he shall serve, and in the 7th he shall go out free for nothing. If he came in by himself, he shall go out by himself. If he were married, then his wife shall go out with him. If he was married, who is it talking about? Remember what Gabriel told him. You will be the first of the Egyptian bondage. Okay. What does it tell you in Genesis, in its story? Who got a wife? Right? Genesis 48. And it came to pass after these things that one told Joseph, behold, oh, no, that's not what I want. That's not what I want. Where we at? I want I'm trying to find out one that said what a scene was given to him. Pharaoh gave a scene was given to him. For real? Well, 48 and 4, he says, and said unto me, behold, I will make thee fruitful and multiply thee, and I will make thee a multitude of people, and will give this land to your seed after thee for an everlasting possession. And now your two sons, Ephraim and Manasseh, which were born unto thee in the land of Egypt before I came unto thee into Egypt, are mine. As Reuben and Simeon, they shall be mine. Okay. So we see where all this is lining up. Okay. 41 and 50. Genesis 41 and 50. And unto Joseph were born two sons before the year of famine, came, which Asenath, the daughter of Potiphar, priest of On, bare unto him. Okay. And Joseph called the name of the firstborn Manasseh, for the Most High, he said, had made me forget all my toil and all my father's house. And the name of the second called he Ephraim, for the Most High had caused me to be fruitful in the land of my affliction. Okay. So all of this transfer over unto the covenant laws that you will find in Exodus chapter 21, right? And right here is telling you, right? See, I can take this even further. And you want me to take this further right here? I can take this even further. Okay. It says, verse 3, if he came in by himself, which Joseph did, right? He shall go out by himself. If he were married, but then he got married. If he were married, then his wife should go out with him, right? If his master have given him a wife, which he did, she have borne him sons or daughters, and he had daughters. They just didn't tell you that in the Bible. They took that out too. Okay. And she bore him sons or daughters. The wife and her children shall be her masters, and he shall go out by himself. And if the servant, which he is, which Joseph is, right? And if the servant shall plainly say, I love my master, my wife, and my children, I will not go out free. This part right here, okay? This part right here, most people don't get. And this is the deceptive manipulation that that mankind religion has manipulated and used against the children of the Most High. Okay. The master that he's talking about, that Joseph is always talking about, okay, is the Most High, is the Father that sent him on the mission. Okay. That's who he's talking about. That's who he's talking about. All right. And if the servant shall plainly say, I love my master, my wife, and my children, I will not go out free. Then his master shall bring him unto the judges. You see, he shall also bring him to the door or unto the door post. Right? Again, this is all correlating with what I got on the back of what I got on my screen right here that you see in front of you. Okay. TikTok, because I'm on YouTube live too right now, streaming YouTube live. So people probably on YouTube like, what is he talking about? He's talking great. This is what it's saying, what it's emphasizing. But they don't know anything about it. Of course, religion, they would tell you, yeah, the Levites was just living dirt poor because they didn't have an inheritance. So the Levites was just bummy as hell for real, begging for change from the rest of the tribes. No, no, that's not what the Most High is saying. That's not spiritual. This is why you need the spirit. Okay? And we're going to get there. We're going to get to the definition of it all. So, going back, right? Then his master shall bring him unto the judges, right? And we got that to the doorpost, right? And his master shall bore his ear through with an annual. I think I'm saying that right. Let's see. Let's see. See if I'm pronouncing that right. Okay. AUL. Okay. Annual. A type of fortified village or town found. See, they don't know. Oh, bad definition in the Bible. Let's go. A tool used to pierce. You see, in the Bible, you got to go to the Bible definition. A tool used to pierce leather or wood, specifically mentioned in the context of a ceremony where a slave voluntarily chooses to remain in service for life. You see that? Look at that. And can't say, ha ha ha, you can't trust AI. Ha ha ha, don't use AI. They don't know what they're talking about. Your whole system is predicated off of AI. Yeah, jackass. Your entire system has been predicated off of AI. You are in the matrix, genius. This is why people just they need to stop talking. That just like they just want to debate or hear themselves talk. Cut it out, bro. Don't be dumb. Okay? Let's not be dumb. Your whole being, your whole knowing is the matrix, is AI. That's where you're gathering all your information from, is AI, whether you know it or not. All right, hold on, guys. All right. I'm back. Oh, man. Got night owls, man. Night owls. They just wake up on me in the middle of the night and it's over for me. So, what was I saying? What was I at? Yes. Okay. The whole AI thing. Like, okay. So, again, what does AI tell you? I was breaking down the whole meaning of Exodus 21, the Hebrew, the servant. What is a Hebrew? I went over this before as well. What is a Hebrew? Okay. A Hebrew will be the same thing, a stranger within your gates. So he keeps talking about this in your Bible. The stranger within your gates. Don't reject this service. Most would say, right? All the Bible thumpers, they will say, nah, that's talking about the Gentiles that was with them. See, this is why, you know what I'm saying, y'all don't help the matter as far as when people say, well, the Bible is so many contradictions in it, right? It's so many contradictions in the Bible. It's always contradicting itself. See, it is talking about the Gentiles. You see, there we go. There we go. Show yourself. Show yourself. It's not talking about the Gentiles. It's not. The stranger within your gates. All right. Let's go there. Okay. This is Deuteronomy. Deuteronomy. Chapter 16. I hope you're standing on that. Are you sure about that? We're about to go there. Deuteronomy chapter 16. Okay. Verse 9. 7 weeks shalt thou number unto thee. Begin to number the 7 weeks from such time as thou beginnest to put the sickle to the corn. And thou shalt keep the feast of weeks unto the Almighty your power with a tribute of a free will offering of thy hand, which thou shalt give unto the Most High your power, according as the Most High your power hath blessed thee. 11. And thou shalt rejoice before the Most High your power, thou and your son and your daughter and your manservant and your maidservant, the Levite that is within your gates. Do you understand? I thought it was the Gentiles. So you saying the Levites are the Gentiles? Oh, this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. Again, and thou shalt rejoice before the Almighty your power, thou and your son and your daughter. Don't ask another question. Let it sink in of what I just exposed to you, bro, because you know you didn't know this. That's why you said what you said. So let it sink in to what I exposed you. What I just showed you, let that sink in, and you're supposed to eat on the matter because that's something that you did not know. That's why you said what you said. So I'm going to read it again for you. If you can't be humble and meek, I'm going to ignore you. I'm going to straight up ignore you, bro. All right. And thou shalt rejoice before the Most High your power, thou and your son and your daughter, and your manservant, and your maidservant, and the Levite that is within your gates, and the stranger, and the fatherless, and the widow that are among you, in the place which the Most High your power had chosen to place his name there. His name there. Do you know? Do you even know who he's talking about? Or he's saying, okay, so we're going to go to 12. And thou shalt remember that thou was a bondman in Egypt, and thou shalt observe and do these statutes. Says, who is the hewers of the wood and drawers of water that enter the Most High covenant and oath. If I was to tell you, first. Okay. Those are the servants. Okay. Those are the servants, which supposed to be the sons of Jacob. Not sons of Joseph, the sons of Jacob. Those who are supposed to, right, be in servitude of the covenant. But the inner, okay, you're right about Joshua already did. I'm about to get on Joshua. The inner priesthood. The inner priesthood. Good lie about what? You don't even know who made the oath. Who made the oath, bro? Who made the oath? Who made the oath? Do you even know who Joshua is for real? It says God oath. Exactly. Who made the oath in the Bible? Do you want me to show you? Do you know what the covenant is? This is why I told you to be humble, because now you done set yourself up. Because you thinking you on here teaching something. Bro, I'm trying to tell you, Ron, like, bro, they've been coming at me all day, Ron. I'm trying to tell you, bro. That's why I tagged y'all. And bro, they've been coming at me all day from the woodworks, bro. They've been coming from the woodworks. All right, 50 and 25. 50 and 25. Genesis 50 and 25. And Joseph took an oath. He ignored everything I just said about Joseph. This cat just ignored everything, right? And he's trying to debate me on something. This is how I know it's a bot. And Joseph took an oath of the children of Israel. And Joseph took an oath of the children of Israel. And Joseph took an oath of the children of Israel. Are you still there? Mr. What's your name? 2026, Yeshua is coming. Huh? Are you still there? Man, these monkeys been flying in everywhere on me, bro. Non-stop today, bro. I'm trying to tell you, Ron, this shit is crazy. That's how I know.
That dude try to put you up like he was a false prophet.
Bro.
Like,
bro.
What? He really not reading.
Bro, the person that did that too, if you go on that person page, I was about to look, I'm about to expose, look, I'm about to expose it right now. I'm about to expose it right now. This was the person page. Look what's on my screen. This is the person that's calling me a false prophet.
What about the other videos?
This is the person right here that's calling me a false prophet. Booty pics of anime.
Crazy.
You know what I'm saying? So I made a video and I said, watch out. There's demons judging you, literally. Demons are trying to judge you. Watch out. How are you calling me a false prophet and you got booty pics, bro? Anime booty pics, that's all the person had on a damn page. What are we talking about? Again, to the Yeshua is coming cat. The cat, now he's gone. Now he gone. He's a cold busted. Now he gone. Now that Yeshua cat gone. Now that bot came in here and left too. And Joseph, he want to talk about who did. What about the oath then? What? I'm telling you about the one who made the oath. Dumb.
Yeah, he tried to say, yeah, strangers entered that covenant. And ain't no strangers entered.
Yes, listen, like I was trying to say, like, bro, you perpetuate, all right, the whole, well, it's so much contradiction in the Bible. You perpetuate that shit. Because the Most High tells Joshua in the camp to do away, unalive. He tells them to unalive everybody, or else there will be a thorn at your side. Moabites are Hebrews, you lug nut. You don't even know what you're talking about. You laughing, but you don't even know what you're talking about, bro. Moabites were Hebrews. King David grandma was a Moabite, Ruth. Duh.
Man, don't even get us started on King David.
Right. I can, yeah, don't do that. That's what I'm saying, bro. It's these Bible so-called, they think they know the Bible, but they only stayed in the Bible.
He's like, now Moabite.
They've been Hebrews.
They pull it up. Just go ahead. Just
bro, this nigga is, I'm not, listen, I can't because he trolling. Because he came back in, he dodged when I just brought out the scripture on his monkey ass, right? Now he's trying to come with something else. I just brought out to the one who made the oath with the children of Israel, right? That's the covenant. I just brought that out. He dodged that. Then he came back with something else. You see how these agents do? Man, get out of here, man. Get out of here, man.
You should know, like, it's Joseph. Ephraim Manasseh over here in America. This is our land.
He don't know none of that. I guarantee you he don't know. Hey, let me see this cat. Let me see this cat. Let me see his face.
Hebrew with a real.
Let me see. Oh man, let me see. Let me see if this is a brother.
Dang everything.
Is this? Let me see this cat page, man. I wish I could see this cat, man.
You know
Hey, investigate his page right quick, Ron. See this cat. He said y'all not Israelites, bro. Oh man.
Hold on.
See,
hey, pull up in the Grand Canyon the Isis, Ra, and El Temple over there in the Grand Canyon.
Bro, he is a Jesus Christ. He's a Jesus Christ. He's a Christian, bro. He sound like a Christian to me. And he's imposing as a
we the real.
Come on up here so you can get burnt. Come on up here so you get burnt.
Yeah, we're the real shit.
Come on. Come on.
descendants of the
What you about to tell me?
real Hebrew.
Hey, y'all think them the Atlantic slave trade fit the curses in Deuteronomy?
No, because Deuteronomy, that Deuteronomy 28:68, that was
Hold on.
the original.
Wait, I know you don't follow that camp doctrine. You come. Hold on, bro. Hold on. If you follow that camp doctrine and you coming into this field, just know you're about to get burned alive, bro.
I don't follow it. I debunk it. I'm not even an Israelite.
Then what are you doing talking on this, boy?
Even though I'm black, I don't claim to be an Israelite.
See, you already messed up right there by calling yourself black.
Even though my mama got Negro on her birth certificate, I don't claim to be a Hebrew Israelite.
That's where you messing up already right there, calling yourself black.
I never said I'm black. I said even though my mama got Negro on her birth certificate.
You said black first, sir. What? Before you said that, you said black. Did he not just say black, Ron?
Yeah, he said black first. Yep. And then he changed it to Negro.
Yeah.
His mom's birth certificate.
Either or.
What's on your birth certificate?
Yeah.
What does it say?
African American.
Ah, see, there we go.
You know, we're not African.
That's a misnomer, sir.
What's on yours?
That's a misnomer.
What's on yours? I just told you what's on mine.
It don't matter what's on mine.
Okay, then it don't matter then.
You the one that brought it up. What are you talking about? Bro, you brought it up. What do you mean? How you gonna bring it up and then say, "Oh, it don't matter"?
I know what's on y'all. Hey, so y'all not them Hebrew. So I was just trying to see if you was a Hebrew.
I am from the tribe of Joseph, sir.
Okay, how do you know you're an Israelite?
But
oh my God. How you don't know?
How you, boy? Don't you know Trump is exposing this right now? Don't you know Trump just said this already, my guy?
Went through and like
what?
We're the descendants of the mound builders,
bro.
The gods,
bro.
They called over here.
Trump
in Americas
is calling out the Smithsonians. I don't know if you've been living under a rock, my guy, but Trump is calling the Smithsonians. You know why he calling out the Smithsonians?
I don't even know what the man.
You see what I'm saying? That's why I asked you to humble yourself, my guy. You're not talking to a regular degular.
Hold on. Hey, why do you think Trump is doing all this stuff? He's deporting the $5 Indians up out of here. He's doing all this other stuff. You got to watch Elon though. I mean, you got to watch them all for real though. But I believe Trump got visited by Seraphim. So, I mean, why you think all this stuff going on? You think just all this stuff just going on because of random events or something over here in the Americas? And you think all these other nations getting judged just because? You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, this stuff happening because of what the whole nation is doing to the chosen, the real chosen people.
Somebody said, wait, what?
Oh, he left.
And laughing. You see? Look, it's clown hour right now, bro.
He said Trump setting up the beast system. Well, you know, the beast system is going to be the system that's against the system that's running right now.
Now, the beast system been in play this whole time. Trafficking has been in play this whole time. That is the beast system, my guy.
Yeah, y'all don't understand. We already in the Antichrist.
This is what I'm saying. Is individuals coming up here and they not in tune. They're not aware at all.
They don't understand the third temple for real. Like,
yeah.
But Joseph, we're the Christ. We're the ones that's gonna set up heaven on the earth.
I can only do that if you humble, bro. I can only do that if you humble yourself, bro. I can't do that if you already coming with like sarcasm. You trying to be funny. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to do all that.
I don't know. He said wait, give me in.
I know that's why I'm saying like I don't know if because I'm telling you, bro, I've been getting attacked like this all day, so I don't know if he's sincere or not. I get the third temple.
The third temple they don't want to come up is us, the so-called Black Americans. We're the tribe of Joseph. We're the gods, the hidden hand. They always be talking about. We're the bloodline of the gods, or what everybody call gods. We're the ones, like in the scripture where they was saying, "Don't rival the gods," and they did it anyways. They're just talking about us, so-called Black Americans, the ones who's good at everything we do.
Hey, yo, it's crazy everything. It's so funny, bro. Like you would find, when you look at the Olympics, right? Who they tell you right in front of your face, right on television. They tell you who the Americans are, who represent America. Because you see every other country, they got their, like, that's who inhabited that land, that country, that landmass is who you see representing that country, right? Then you got America. And who is up there front row representing America in damn near all the sporting events?
No, okay, all right. Well, I hear. Well, he's wanting to learn more about the third temple.
The third temple. Okay, hold on. I believe I had it in my Hoshea. Okay, the third temple. I believe I had it in Hoshea when it talks about it. About the third temple. Because most people are like, there is no conversation of the third temple. But in the book of Hoshea, again, one of those books that's like going to the hood, certain parts of the hood you don't go to. Hoshea is one of them in the book. That's a lot of parts in the Bible that people don't go to. Let me see if I can find it real quick. See if I can find it.
Because like it's a bunch that go with that third temple thing too. Because even what they did recently too, when they took those heifers, was it the red cows and everything like that? They trying to make a sacrifice to their deity. Yeah, the red heifers. Yep. They're trying to make a sacrifice to their like deities and stuff.
Look, that's what they messing with. This is what we got going on. So I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna find the whole third temple thing. But bro just brought up a significant and very interesting thing. Okay. Understand the Most High is always talking about the cow. We always hear about the lion of Judah, and we tie that up with the Most High, Lion of Judah. But in your Bible, it's telling you something else. Okay, he always talking about his horn being exalted, his horns, the horn of a unicorn. Why you think they just came up with that movie Death by a Unicorn? Okay, got to pay attention. You got to know what cosmic law means. Cosmic law means that the adversary the ones that is running this matrix right now, okay? The ones that's running this matrix right now, they have to tell you the truth. They're gonna do it in a, you know what I'm saying?
Like a funny.
Yeah, like a dismissive way, you know, but they still have to do it. You know, they're gonna put a whole lot of shit on it, but they still have to do it.
No, all right, y'all gotta see the symbols with the unicorn. Why the what Joseph used the word unicorn though?
It's just a lot they got. You know what I'm saying? It's man. Religion did a number. It did a number. Again, say something right here, something that they don't know about. So most come from the Judah perspective, but they don't know about this right here. This is Hosea 4, okay? Hosea 4, verse 15. Though thou Israel play the harlot, yet let not Judah offend, and come not ye unto Gilgal, neither go up to Behaven, all right, which is Bethlehem, nor swear the Most High liveth. Okay? And then he says what? For Israel slided back as a backsliding heifer. So Israel altogether, he always puts Israel or compare Israel as to a heifer or an ox or a bullock, right? You want to know why he does that? Let's go to Genesis. Who really want to know out of the cats? Let's see who we got. Will and Mike. If y'all really want to know the answer, put 11 in the chat. Because I want to know if y'all genuine, man. I don't want to be wasting my time, and there's other people that's here to really like get some download about something. You know what I'm saying? So if y'all really legit about really wanting to know these things, I will show you. See, most don't even cover that right there. When it says, let not Judah offend. Though Israel plays the harlot, let not Judah offend. See, see, can't get. So I'm gonna do it for the. I'm gonna just do it for the people, the ones that genuinely want to learn something. That's why I said that, bro. I'm on guard with all of this, man, because people just don't BS right now, at an all-time high right now. So, again, right? The backsliding heifer. Genesis 48. Genesis 48, verse 16. Then I'm going to jump to verse 20. This is Israel. Okay? This is Israel talking to Joseph. This is what he's requesting from Joseph. And none of y'all know why. But I got the book to tell you why he made this request before his passing away. Okay? The angel which redeemed me from all evil, bless the lads, and let my name be named on them in the name of my fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and let them grow into a multitude in the midst of the earth. Okay, so this is the promise, the covenant. Buddy was asking me about the covenant. If he would have stayed a little bit longer, he would have got the teachings. The covenant and the oath. Now it's being performed. Okay, let's jump down to 20. And he blessed them that day, saying, in thee shall Israel bless, saying, the Most High make thee as Ephraim and Manasseh. What? What does that mean? Well, let's go to Jeremiah. Let's go to Jeremiah. Can't be just coming up in here and talking, man. Because you're gonna, I know most gonna come, they're gonna come with that same old doctrine. And the Most High told you that a new was coming, but it was from old. It's new, but it's from old, because the ancient times has been done away with for such a long ass time. But now it's back and it's brand new. Jeremiah 31:9. Okay. Jeremiah 31, and a matter of fact, I'm gonna start at 6 so y'all can get the whole thing. For there shall be a day that the watchman upon Mount Ephraim, that just told you who the watchmen are, upon Mount Ephraim shall cry, arise ye, and let us go up to Zion unto the Almighty our power. For thus saith the Almighty, sing with gladness for Jacob, and shout among the chief of the nations. Publish ye, praise ye, and say, the Almighty saved your people, the remnant of Israel. Behold, I will bring them from the north country and gather them from the coast of the earth, and with them the blind and the lame. Yo, my son is saving y'all right now. He's saving y'all right now. He's saving y'all right now. back. He ain't gonna save y'all no more. Now, again, behold, I will bring them from the north country and gather them from the coast of the earth, and with them the blind and the lame, the woman with child, and her that travaileth with child together. A great company shall return there. They shall come with weeping and with supplications. Will I lead them? I will cause them to walk by the rivers of waters in a straight way. That's talking about doctrine. Wherein they shall not stumble. For I am a father to Israel, and Ephraim is my firstborn. Does it make sense to y'all now? Get to what I had right here. Now we're about to get to it. Okay. The written and oral Torah, the Urim and the Thummim. Okay. Exodus 24, verse 13. This is what they hid in your Old Testament. That's why many say, especially the Torah only, thinking that they Torah only, but they really don't know Torah, would say there was no Christ in the Old Testament. There was no Christ. Prove it. How can you prove it? It's right here. Exodus 24, right? I start at 12. And the Most High said unto Moshe, come up to me into the mount and be there. And I will give thee tables of stone in a law and commandments which I have written, that thou mayest teach them. And Moshe rose up, and his minister Joshua and Moshe went up into the mount of the Almighty. Now, why did they take the Apocrypha out your Bible? Well, this is why. Second Esdras in your Apocrypha. Who's all there? Second Esdras, the Apocrypha. Who all there? Huh? Who want to know the truth? Let's go. No, Christ comes from the rock. The rock is Joseph, according to Genesis 49 and verse 24. That's where Christ comes from. Okay? Second Esdras, chapter 14. Let's go. I'm going to start at verse 4. Okay? No, I'm going to start at 3. Then he said, this is Esdras sleeping. He fell asleep, and the Most High showed him a vision in a dream. Second Esdras 14, verse 3. Then he said it to me. I revealed myself in a bush and spoke to Moshe when my people were in bondage in Egypt. And I sent him and led my people out of Egypt. And I led him up on Mount Sinai, where I kept him with me many days. And I told him many wondrous things and showed him the secrets of the times and declared to him the end of the times. Then I commanded him, saying, these words you shall publish openly, and these you shall keep secret. And now I say to you, lay up in your heart the signs that I have shown you, the dreams that I have seen, or that you have seen, and the interpretations that you have heard. For you shall be taken up from among men, and henceforth you shall live with my son and with those who are like you until the times are ended. You shall live with my son. Who's his son? Put some 11s in the chat. Put some 11s in the chat. Now we're going to go back to the Bible. Who is his son? Put some bows. Who is his son? Who is Moshe left with? This is in the Old Testament too. What I'm reading, you can find in Exodus. Who trying to really know? Who really trying to know, or who want to stay on what they think they know? That's all you do is use them fingers, man. All they can do is use them fingers, man. Exodus 33 and 11 by the numbers. Exodus 33 and 11. And the Most High speak unto Moshe face to face, as a man speaking unto his friend. And he turned again into the camp. But his servant Joshua, the son of Nun, a young man, departed not out of the tabernacle. This is when he was in the mount. This is 2nd Esdras 14. I just read it to you. With my son. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Who want the dagger? Ron, should I give him the dagger?
Yeah.
Should I give him the dagger?
Yeah.
Man. It's what they did. They did a number. Like I said, they did a number, man. Religion did a number. Most people think they out the joint. They still in the joint. Joshua. From Joshua to Esther. All right? From Joshua to Esther. Let's get the matter. Okay. From Joshua to Esther. This is war with the Armenians. Yeah, Armenians. The war with the Armenians. The war with the Armenians. And it goes, I'm at the very end of the chapter. It says, Joshua goes to recite all the wonders the Most High had done for Israel, who need fear no power on earth. And he ends his missive with the words, if the hero Japhet is with you, right? We have in the midst of us the hero of all heroes, the highest above all high. The heathen were not a little alarmed at the tone of Joshua's letter. Now, this is what makes him the true son. because he didn't magnify himself. He magnified who? Again, the heathen were not a little alarmed at the tone of Joshua's letter. Their terror grew when the messenger told of the exemplary, right, discipline maintained in the Israelitish army, of the gigantic stature of Joshua, who stood 5 ells high, of his royal apparel, of his crown graven with the name of the Most High. Ah, that sounds like the Son to me. That sounds like the true Son to me. What y'all Jesus Christ gonna do against? You hear this? Of his gigantic stature, who stood 5 ells high, of his royal apparel, of his crown graven with the name of the Most High. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Come on, dog. Y'all. Again, I just read the commandments to you, right? And what Joseph said on the commandments. This is the son obeys Joshua. Then happened the great wonder of the sons, plural. That's what you're seeing now, right? We're seeing multiple suns in the sky. The sons standing still, the sixth of the great wonders since the creation of the world. The battle took place on a Friday. Joshua knew it would pain the people deeply to be compelled to desecrate the holy Sabbath day. Besides, he noticed that the heathen were using sorcery to make the heavenly host intercede for them in the fight against the Israelites. He therefore pronounced the name of the Most High. The sun, moon, and the stars stood still. Now, who in your Bible had the dream of the sun, the moon, and the stars bowing down unto him? Let's continue. The sun at first refused to obey Joshua's behest, seeing that he was older than man by 2 days. Joshua replied that there was no reason why a freeborn youth should refrain from enjoining silence upon an old slave whom he owns. And had not the Most High given heaven and earth to our father Abraham? Nay, more than this, had not the son himself bowed down like a slave before Joseph? On that, that's the nail in the coffin. That's the nail in the coffin. That's it. That's it. This is why Joshua was the minister of Moshe. He had the oral Torah. Moshe had the written Torah. Joshua had the oral Torah. Okay? And I go into that more. I catch y'all. Most High willing. I'm gonna try to. Hey, Ron, I'm gonna try to go early again tomorrow. Most High willing. I'm gonna try to go early. Peace. Shalom. Peace and prosperity. I send into your households. Okay. I'm gonna do a continuation on this because I kind of got interrupted. So I'm gonna do a part 2 to this because this is very crucial. All right. Shalom. Peace and prosperity I send unto you and your households. Ashe, and every beautiful greetings I send your way. Much love, y'all.